Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and complex topic that sits at the intersection of modern warfare, geopolitics, and the shadowy world of international arms deals. We were going to explore the hypothetical scenario suggested by a compelling headline. What would happen if Ukrainian drones were to engage a North Korean convoy? This isn't about a specific confirmed event, but rather a strategic analysis of what such a clash would signify and how it could unfold. It's a deep dive into the unseen battlefields of the 21st century, where technology, tactics, and global allegiances collide in unexpected ways. So, let's unpack the layers of this intriguing possibility. First, let's set the stage. Ukraine has become a global leader in drone warfare innovation, born out of necessity. They've transformed commercial drones into potent tactical assets and developed sophisticated new models for reconnaissance, long-range strikes, and electronic warfare. Their pilots are some of the most experienced in the world, having honed their skills in real-world combat scenarios daily. They use a decentralized command structure, allowing small, agile units to adapt quickly to changing battlefield conditions. This strategy, often called mission command, empowers operators on the ground to make critical decisions without waiting for orders from a distant headquarters. It's a fluid, fast, and incredibly effective approach to modern conflict. On the other side of this hypothetical equation is North Korea. For decades, North Korea has operated as a major, albeit secretive, player in the global arms market. They are known for producing vast quantities of conventional munitions, particularly artillery shells, rockets, and ballistic missiles. These weapons are often based on older Soviet designs, but they are produced in immense numbers. For a country under heavy international sanctions, the export of these military goods is a crucial source of revenue for the regime. Their logistics and military doctrine, however, are believed to be more traditional and centralized, relying on heavy, consolidated convoys for transport. This approach prioritizes mass and firepower, but can be vulnerable to the kind of asymmetric tactics that drone warfare excels at. Now let's imagine the scenario. A large convoy, allegedly carrying North Korean munitions, is moving towards a front line. How would a Ukrainian drone unit approach this? The first phase would be intelligence. Long-range reconnaissance drones, flying high and undetected, would likely be the first to spot the convoy. They would track its movement, speed, and composition, relaying real-time data back to a command center. Analysts would identify key targets within the convoy, just the trucks carrying shells, but also command vehicles, fuel tankers, and any air defense systems that might be escorting them. The goal is not just to destroy a few trucks, but to paralyze the entire logistics chain. Once the targets are identified and the convoy enters a favorable engagement zone, perhaps a bottleneck like a bridge or a narrow road, the attack would begin. This wouldn't be a single drone. It would be a coordinated swarm. The first wave might consist of FPV, or first-person view, drones. These are fast, highly maneuverable, and piloted with incredible precision. The operators wearing goggles that show them the drone's perspective can fly them directly into the most vulnerable parts of a vehicle, like the engine block or the gap between the cab and the trailer. They are the surgical scalpels of this operation. Simultaneously, other types of drones would join the fray. Larger, heavier lift drones, sometimes called Baba Yaga by Ukrainian forces, could drop multiple anti-tank mines or heavier mortar rounds onto the convoy, creating chaos and blocking the road. This would trap the vehicles, making them easy targets for subsequent waves of attacks. The psychological impact of such a relentless, multi-pronged assault is immense. For the convoy personnel, the threat is coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. Constant, terrifying buzz from the sky that precedes a sudden explosion. It's a disorienting and demoralizing experience that can shatter the cohesion of any military unit. In our hypothetical scenario, the defenders of the convoy would be fighting at a major disadvantage. Their conventional anti-aircraft guns are designed to target larger, faster aircraft, not small, agile drones that can hug the terrain. More advanced electronic warfare systems could potentially jam the drone's control signals. But Ukrainian forces have become experts at frequency hopping and developing countermeasures to bypass such defenses. It becomes a technological cat-and-mouse game, and in this field, Ukraine has proven to be incredibly resourceful and adaptive. The core challenge for the Convoy's defenders is that they are fighting a 21st century threat with 20th century tools and tactics. The aftermath of such an engagement would extend far beyond the immediate battlefield. The strategic implications would be enormous. For one, it would publicly expose the logistical pipeline between North Korea and its partners, putting a spotlight on a relationship that often thrives in the shadows. This could trigger further international sanctions and diplomatic pressure, complicating the flow of arms and resources. It sends a powerful message that no supply line is safe, no matter how far it is from the primary conflict zone. Every kilometer of the journey becomes part of the battlefield. Furthermore, it would be a massive propaganda victory. Footage of the successful strike, captured by the drones themselves, would be shared across the globe. It would serve as a powerful demonstration of Ukraine's technological prowess and fighting spirit, boosting morale at home and reinforcing the confidence of its international allies. For military strategists worldwide, it would serve as yet another case study on the evolving nature of warfare. It proves that a smaller, more technologically advanced force can effectively counter a larger, more conventional adversary by exploiting key vulnerabilities. The drone is the great equalizer in modern combat. This entire scenario highlights a fundamental shift in military doctrine. The old model of large concentrated forces is becoming increasingly obsolete in the face of cheap, intelligent, and networked systems like drones. The new paradigm favors dispersion, agility, and information dominance. The side that can see further, share information faster, and strike more precisely has the decisive advantage, regardless of the sheer number of tanks or artillery pieces they possess. This isn't just about Ukraine. It's a lesson that every military in the world is studying with intense interest. The future of conflict is not just about heavy metal. It's about smart systems, skilled operators, and the ability to control the unseen battlefield that exists in the sky above. In conclusion, while the specific headline that inspired this discussion remains in the realm of speculation, the strategic and tactical principles it raises are very real. The clash between Ukrainian drone tactics and a conventional, North Korean-style convoy represents a microcosm of the war of the future, a war of asymmetry, technology, and information. It shows us that innovation and adaptability can be more powerful than brute force. This unseen battlefield is where modern conflicts are increasingly being decided, and those who master it will shape the future. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If you found this analysis interesting, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss our future content. Your support helps us continue to explore these important topics. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.